points. Okay, let's start with BMC. See, in simple terms, business model canvas is a plan for the successful operation of a business. You can identify the sources of revenue, the target customers, the product or service, and details of costing. For example, now let's assume that if you have to write down this information about uh, your target customer, sources of revenue, product or service, what do you do, the kind of costing and the revenue streams, if you have to make a report in a Word format, I'm sure it will take at least 6 to 8 pages of the information. And it is also complicated to create the information. And suppose if you submit to someone, even if he has to read, it's very complicated. That is exactly where the business model canvas comes into play. See, business model canvas is a logic. It's a logic by which an organization sustains itself financially, right? That is first thing. Business model is also a logic by which an organization earns its livelihood. That means how it earns the money. So it's like a blueprint describing how an organization operates. So this is the importance of the business model, right? In simple words, if we have to describe a business model canvas, it tells us how business intends to make money, right? So it explains who are your customers, how do you provide value to them, and how do you receive value in return. That's very important. How do you receive a value in return? So this is how the business model canvas, right? Now, you may ask question, why do we need business model? Now, according to me, business model canvas is a radar of your business. It's a radar system. The business model canvas lets you easily view and arrange the main elements of your business to improve planning and all your decision making. It's a one-page module, a one-page tool, a one-page display. It's a clarity about, it is very easy to understand and discuss the model or the business concept with your stakeholders. Secondly, it just comprises of 9 simple blocks which tells you about everything about your business. It's flexible. That means it is easy to update when strategy or marketplace or market scenario changes, right? Second, it is customer centric. That means it forces you to look at the business from the customer's perspective, not from the product perspective, right? That is very important. And it is a bridge between strategy and execution, right? So this is why we need business model, right? Now, before we get into a business model, I want you to understand how innovation happens, right? Let's see how innovation happens. See, everybody must be familiar about the Venn diagram. I think somewhere or the other way in colleges and schools, you must have studied the set theory. This is a Venn diagram. This is how. So, a Venn diagram for innovation typically shows the intersection of 3 key elements that drives the innovation. First, desirability. That means what customer need or want. It's about creating a solution for customers or solving their pain points, right? That is what we call as a desirability. Second is a feasibility. What is technically possible? This consider the resources, what we use, the technology, what we put in, and the skills what we require to develop this solution. So that is the feasibility aspect. And last and very important, viability. It focuses on the financial and market potential, ensuring that innovation can sustain and grow on the longer term. That is very important. You cannot have something, a product or service for a short term. You should always look everything for the long term. That is called viability, and it should be financially viable, right? Okay, so that means innovation is what? It is a desirability plus feasibility plus viability. Okay, now suppose if you only have a desirability and a feasibility, what will happen? It just become a prototype. There is no business involved into it because there is no business. Okay, now if you only have a feasibility and viability, then it is an efficient product or a service what you design, but no buyers. there is nobody wants to buy it. So there is no business again. And for example, if you have a feasibility and a viability, right? Or rather say, if you have a desirability and no, feasibility and a viability, it's a dream, but technically it's not feasible. Sorry, I made a mistake. Desirability and viability, then it's a dream, but technically it's not feasible. So only when all three overlaps, the true innovation can happen. Now we use same Venn diagram, same theory to create a validated business model, right? So we will just tweak the previous Venn diagram. Desirability becomes a customer, that means what customer desire. Feasibility means how we deliver. Viability means how economical is my innovation, and that innovation center point become a validated business model, right? This is how it is. Now coming back to the business model. So it's a one-page document containing 9 boxes that represent different fundamental element of the business. So how it looks like? It looks like this. It looks more or less similar. These are the 9 boxes, right? Now, step-by-step guide to create a BMC. Suppose we will create BMC now. When we are talking, when we are going through the session, we will go step by step and we will virtually generate or create a business model, right? So now I have colored these 9 blocks in a 3 colors: green side, blue side, and a center is yellow side. According to me, what I do, the right side is a customer side, left side is a business side, and the yellow side, which is an exchange value, we call a value proposition, right? So whenever we will talk about the customer side, we talk about business side, and we talk about the value proposition, right? Now we said 9 blocks. So now let us understand what are those 9 blocks, right? The 9 building blocks are: one is a customer segments, that means who are your target customers; value proposition, what value do you offer to your customers; channels, that is distributing channels, how do you deliver your product or how do you reach to your customers; customer relationships, how do you acquire a customer and how you keep them, what kind of relationship; so how do you interact with your customer and how do you retain; revenue, how does your business earn money? That's very important in any business. How does your business earn money? Key resources, what assets are needed to deliver your value proposition. That means value, what you are going to deliver to your customer, we call as a value proposition. What are the assets? What are the resources you are going to use it? Key activities, what essential activities you must do or your business must do to perform the desired value for your customer. Then key partnership, who are your critical partners? Your suppliers can be a partner, your manufacturer of certain items from whom you buy something. Those are your key partners. We'll go each block in detail. And cost structures, what are your major costs to do the entire activity and to give or provide a value proposition? What are the different costs you will incur, right, to serve your customer? So these are the 9 blocks, right? I hope everything is clear. And now we go one by one. So now that 9 blocks, I have now written customer segment, channels, customer relationships, revenue streams, key resources, key activities, key partnership or key partners, cost structures, and value proposition. So the red circle is the customer side, the yellow circle is the business side, and offering is a value proposition, right? Let's go one by one. Who are your customers? We start with customer. Now, customer is the first reason for an enterprise or a business to exist. No business can exist for a long without a paid customers. Paid customers. Try to understand. The business which serve another business, for example, like an organization serve another organization, it is known as a B2B, a B2B kind of business, right? Now, the business which serves directly to the end user or to the end customer, it is called B2C kind of business. So, whenever you try to put or create your business and a business model canvas, you have to understand or you have to answer this question: for whom you are providing the product or a service, or who are you creating value for, right? So this is customer side, right? Now customers are grouped into segments based on their similarities that influence their buying behavior. Try to understand. Customers you need to segregate or you have to segment it based on the similarities that influence their buying behavior, right? Let's understand what are that. They are grouped based on their common needs or the kind of common problems they face or their common behaviors. So, very broadly, we say demographic or geographic. What is demographic? Demographic, that means you segregate based on age, maybe on gender, or maybe on a income base, or the kind of education, or the kind of occupation they are into, or the family size, or marital status, anything. There are different kind of data you can generate and create, and then you can segregate and you can find out who are your customers, right? Then geographic. Geographic is based on the country or the state or the city or maybe the climate conditions or based on region or maybe we say urban or rural. So you need to absolutely identify the customer segments where you are seeking your customers, right? Now, another way is a mass market, large group with broadly similar kind of needs, right? Then another one is niche market, that is specific group with a specific needs, right? And then segmented market. Let us see what those are, right? For example, mass market, right? Mass market is the general population or a large group of people with similar kind of needs. That means, for example, a product like cell phone, right? We are not going into detail of what kind of cell phone, but it's a main for a mass market. The product is like a cell phone, right? What is a niche market, right? Niche market is a specific group of people with unique needs and unique characteristics. For example, a sport shoes, not everyone buys. It could be a sport lover or sportsman or athletic or something. So that become a niche market, right? Now, segmentation based on a customer. Let's take smartphone as an example. I think very everybody is very familiar with this product. So let us understand how the needs for smartphone will vary across the different customer segments, right? What are the needs? Suppose if there is a tech enthusiast, what will be his need? His need will be like a high-end performance, advanced features, cutting edge technology, latest processors, 5G or high quality cameras. Those are the need of the tech enthusiast. Budget conscious users. What is their need? Affordable smartphone with bare minimum essential features, good battery life they would look, and reliable performance. So the focus of this particular segment will be on value for money and durability, right? Business professional. The smartphones with they look for the productivity tools or business app or fast performance speed wise and security features could like encrypted emails or secure data or something. So their focus will be on efficiency, multitasking capabilities, and maybe enterprise grade kind of security. And students, right? Students will be what? Smartphone, those are cost effective or social media and entertainment focus, or they are supporting maybe some educational application. So their focus will be on affordability or entertainment features or ease of use of learning and social connections. So this kind of thing. So the product remain the same, but the category or the segment is different. Their focus and their needs are different. So whenever you design a product or when you launch a product, you have to consider this aspect of it, right? There is another segment we call as a multi-sided market customers, right? This is a different kind of niche segment wherein multi-sided market is involved. For example, credit cards. Credit card company caters to both a credit card holders as well as merchant who accept those credit cards. This is again a very typical, right? So now if we are creating a business model, right? So the first block is customer segment block, right? Next block, what is distribution channel, right? That means how will you communicate and reach to your customers to deliver the value, right? So any kind of channel, they can perform a 5 basic functions called creating awareness of your product or service. That could be one reason. Or it will help potential customer to evaluate your product, write a review, or talk about the service. That could be one of the basic function. Or it can enable customer to purchase online purchasing, or it can also deliver a value to your customers, or you can through channels you can also do the after sale service support. So these are the basic functions the distribution channels can do. Now what kind of distribution channels are? One could be your own websites, second could be a direct contact, third could be a retail outlet, and fourth could be a partner, right? That means you partner, collaborate with. So basic function through channel, we establish a sales activity, or could be marketing or communication or receiving feedback or deliver value or providing after sales support. So these are the purpose or the basic functions, right? Now channels are of two types. Your own channel, that means if you have a company, you have your own website, or you have your own social media platform, or you have internal sales team, or you have customer support department. So that is your own channel. Partner channel means including partner website, or you have some wholesaler, or you have a distributor, or you have a retail outlet. That means you don't directly go, they will sell your product. So that is again a partner channel, right? So this is the second block we call as a channel. So now we are virtually creating a business model step by step. So we have finished first block, second block. Now third block, how money will flow in the business. What are the different revenue streams for the business? That is very important, right? So what are those things? Now, I consider that if we say a customer segment is the heart of the business, customer segment is the heart of the business, then revenue streams are the arteries of the system. Very important, right? So revenue stream is how the business will earn revenue to sustain, and each revenue stream has a different pricing structures. Now let's consider what are the ways. First is a transactional. That is a one-time customer payment. That means they buy your product and they pay across. Buying the product or service and they pay for it. That is a one-time transaction. What is the next one? Is a recurring. That means ongoing payment. It could be a subscription kind of model, or it could be something which you are giving for rent and you receive rent periodically, or you give car on lease and then you take the lease amount, or it could be an AMC, annual maintenance contract, and then you keep getting it. Or it could be a license, a license for 3 months, and then after that again you renew. So this is a recurring. So you have two kind of revenue stream. One is the transactional, one time, and second is recurring, right? Now, so this is the third block, revenue stream block. Okay, now go to the first. Now, what kind of relationship you want to establish with your customer? The basic fundamental objective of relation is how to get, how to keep, and how to grow your customers. Listen, how to get, how to keep, and how to grow your customers. Now, when I say grow, it means increasing the numbers, that is number in terms of both. Increase in customer number, that means more and more customer, and customer spending for your product also should increase. That means that customer previously used to buy two, now 2 times. I want him to buy 4 times, 10 times, or sorry. So numbers in both, in terms of the customer number and in terms of customer purchase or customer spending. That is more important, right? So when we talk about customer relationship, there are two kinds. One is short term, another is long term. What is short term? When you go to the airport, when you travel, your relationship with the airlines or the airport authorities is a short time. When the travel or the journey is over, the relationship stops. Kiosk. When you do anything on a kiosk, maybe supermarket kiosk or airport or anywhere, again, only for that function or the transaction. Then over. Hotel. You stay for 3 days, 4 days, and then after you leave the hotel, that relationship gets over. Tour guide. If you are on some tour, you hire a guide only for that tour. Afterwards, that thing goes. So that is a short term. What is long term? Banking relationship, insurance policy. Those are the long term business, right? Fine. Now, customer relationship can range from highly personal to the automated service. What is a personal assistant? Suppose a sales executive in a retail showroom who can help you to select a product. That is a personal assistant. What is a dedicated assistant? In private banking, for example, you have a dedicated relationship manager which handles your portfolio. That is a dedicated assistant. What is a self service? I think the best example is ATM. ATM is a self service. What is co creation? YouTube. On YouTube, the user create and upload their videos through YouTube channel medium. So that is a co creation. And what is automated? I think every chatbots answering your basic customer queries, that is automated kind of things, right? Now, what are the driving forces? So, what is the intention behind a customer relation? One is acquiring or customer acquisition, keeping the customer, that is customer retention, customer satisfaction, that is very important. And another is customer happiness index. The people who are in service industry, they keep doing survey. What is the happiness index of my customer? So these are the drivers of the intention of basic motive behind the customer relationship. So now the block number 4, we put it over here, it become a customer. So we have almost finished half side, that is a customer side is almost completed, right? So we have a customer side, we have business side, now value side. So customer side is already finished, right? So now we label it customer segment, channels, customer relations, revenue streams, become a customer side of it, right? Now, what is value proposition? This is very, very important. Most of the people really don't understand what is value proposition. That means what is a value for their customers. People always think your product feature is a value. No, what meaning or what benefit a customer derive out of your offering is a value, right? So how your idea or value proposition will meet the customer requirement, whether it is a service or a niche customer segment or it serves a mass segment, we'll try to understand, right? So what kind of benefit your product offers to customer? First could be quantitative. That means it can be fast in action or speed of the service. That could be perhaps one of the value proposition. Pricing and competitiveness. Maybe your product or your pricing is absolutely competitive in the market. I think the price at which you offer your product, nobody else is offering on a similar marketplace. New features, that means the kind of feature what you offer still not available at this moment with any other product, similar kind of product. So that is another value proposition. Or you offer along with the product a lot of freebies, maybe some software, something, that is again benefited to the customer. So those are the quantitative measures of the value proposition. What are the qualitative? Customer experience, enhanced performance. That means a customer feel very happy from within, and emotional attachment. Some people are attached to certain brand, certain product. So that is a qualitative kind of things, right? And other kind of products are, they are market disruption kind of. That means their product totally disrupt the market. That means similar products are not available. They bring absolutely a new revolution in the market. So that is again a different kind of value proposition, market disruption. And then never before kind of product. That means something which happens which was not before, but somebody launched that product or offer some services that become again a very unique value proposition. So now, if we have to summarize, what are the value proposition? It can be a quantitative advantage, it can be a qualitative advantage, it can be an innovative or market disruptive kind of product as we just now talked, or it can be highly competitive in pricing. Nobody offers the same product, similar product at the same price. It can have far better features. I told you, new features, or maybe performance, which other products, similar products, are not able to offer. And the customer experience, it provides such a great amount of satisfaction using your product or service that customer remain loyal to your product and service. That is we call as a right. So this is how it is. I think who is writing this? I think somewhere some is happening over here. Okay, fine. There is some scribbling. Value proposition block. We put it here. This is how it is. So now we put it like this. Customer segments, revenue streams, customer relationship, channels, value proposition. So this is how the right side happens, right? Now, what are the key activities? In general, any business, there are three major key activities in business. One is making, another is selling, and third one is supporting. That means making is what? It includes manufacturing, designing, developing, and delivering. Selling what? It includes advertising, promoting, educating or training your customers about your product or service, and supporting. That means all kind of support what your customer required. Could be some kind of admin work or some kind of service support or some support what they require. Those are all activities. Plus, within your organization, you need a kind of admin work or some kind of HR activities or welfare activities that also become a part of a key activities, right? So other key activities, if we have to list out, what is a product development is also one activity. Problem solving, that is resolving customers' pain point. Platform or network maintenance, that means if you have an online platform, then those network maintenance also become an activities. Then marketing and sales also become activities. And customer support, again, I said it is very important and it is also become an activity. So this become the sixth block of your business model can, right? Go to the next. What are the key resources you will use? Yeah, that means to perform all these activities and to deliver the value proposition what you are doing. What are the resources you are going to use? It could be human, it could be physical, it could be intellectual, it can be financial. So these are the different resources what you use, right? So there are four types of major resources. One is a human, second is physical, third is financial, another one is intellectual, right? So human means people. That means engineers. Suppose if you have technicians, you have accountant, you have financial person, you have administrative people. You have, suppose you have a research lab, then you have a scientist. If you have a hospital or a clinic, the nurses, the doctors. Or if you have a reality business, then it is architects or laborers. All becomes a human resource, right? Then a physical. That means a land or a building, an office, or company vehicles, or warehouses, or maybe factories, or any other equipments what you use to develop your product or something. So it becomes a physical resources. Somebody has raised the hand. I think all question will take at the end. That will be better, right? It's going on well.
Yeah, we can take the questions at the last.
At the end.
We're just trying to
Sir,
clear that screen.
sir, this is
At the
not
end.
about the question because we are seeing the lines in front that's
Yeah,
making
I don't know
problems.
some. Yeah, but I don't know how that line has come. Even I'm baffled. I'm also
Yes,
facing a
sir.
problem.
Sir, can you please share again? If you share again, then it will go.
Oh, again, then we have to go back to this. Please bear with me for this because already we are running out of time.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. Then the financial, right? What
Maybe
are
we
the?
will share you the recordings after the session. You can watch
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Or
so
I will
Nitin sir,
share
you
those. Oh, it
continue.
has gone. It has gone.
Okay,
It has gone.
okay, okay.
I don't know how it has happened. It has gone. Okay, now financial. What are the financial resources? The cash you require for your business, the line of credits, a financial guarantee what you give, or kind of borrowings or loans or investor capitals. All these become a financial resource, right? And what is the intellectual this thing? Your brand, your technology what you use, or uh, you have very specific manufacturing or some process or some R&D process that also become your intellectual property, or kind of methods or SOPs or software or patents, copyrights, all this become intellectual property, right? So these are the key resources. Now if we put at the seventh block, again it become a key resource block, right? Now next, again very important, key cost involved with operating the business. That means acquiring key resources, performing key activities, and working with key partners. All those things incur a cost. So you have to take care of all this cost and add it to it. So that become your cost, right? Let us understand what are those costs actually, right? Now, for kind of business, there are two kind of business. One is a value driven, another is a cost driven, right? Now let us understand what is value driven business. Value driven business is focusing on delivering premium value, not on minimizing its cost. Customers are willing to pay more for the quality, for the brand, or for the unique experience, right? What are the examples of in that category? Maybe Apple product, they are the value driven. Luxury car could be Mercedes, or could be BMW, could be Audi, or maybe uh, any Lamborghini or anything. It's those are the luxury cars with superior engineering and superior experience, or feeling. That could be five-star hotels. Again, they are emphasis on customer experience and not on cost saving. So they are the value driven business, right? Now, what are the cost driven business? Their major focus is on minimizing cost wherever possible. Wherever possible. I'm not saying cutting the corners, wherever possible, to offer the lowest possible price to the customer, right? Here, the efficiency is the goal, right? So, what are the examples? Maybe low cost airlines. They don't offer you the meal or the snacks or those kind of bare minimum. So maybe the seats are also not fully reclining kind of things, bare minimum for a short distance. So low cost airlines could be one of the example. DMart stores, again, one of the cost driven. Big bazaar grocery sale, that is all cost driven, right? Correct. So this is the two different kind of business. So when you enter into a business, you decide, are you a value driven or a cost driven? That is the two basic things about it, right? Let's go a little further. So as I said, it includes the cost of resources what you use, the equipment you use, or facility what you are required, or activities what you are carrying out, or the kind of technology you try to use it, and to maintain everything is the maintenance cost. It includes this. Now comes very important. Please listen very carefully, right? Now the cost changes. It works on the economy of scale. Yeah, what is that? Economy of scale means it's a business increases the production, the cost per unit of output decreases. Understand? If the business increases a production, then the cost per unit of the output decreases. So let's understand. In simple words, when you produce more, each unit becomes cheaper. This happens because fixed costs like rent, machinery, salaries, everything remain spread over the larger number of goods. And perhaps for purchasing raw material, you do a bulk purchasing, and maybe the resource what you have, you use very efficient use of resources. So all these activity will reduce the cost, right? So that we call as the economy of scale. Okay, there is another one, economy of scope, right? It means when a company produces two or more different products together with existing product, not separately, but along in the same manufacturing or the assembly or the production line, the cost reduces. Why? So instead of making one thing, a business makes multiple related things using the same resources, maybe same machinery, maybe same raw material, or maybe same distribution channel, or same under the same brand, same promotion, same marketing. The cost, all those costs reduces, right? I'll give you a very good and very simple day-to-day example on this. Suppose if you have a bakery that makes bread, if he can make cakes or cookie using the same oven or a floor or a distribution network, I think his price reduces. That means cost, overall infrastructure cost reduces. That means we call as the economies of the scope, right? Now fixed cost, whether you produce 10 numbers or 10,000, fixed costs remain the same. What are those fixed costs? It could be factory rent, it could be salary of your permanent employees, or the insurance if you have for your asset, maybe insurance premium, or premium of machinery or something, or loans or borrowing. All these things become a fixed cost. It doesn't change, it remains fixed. And last is variable cost. Variable cost is a type of cost that changes directly with the level of production or a sales, right? For example, if you produce more, you purchase raw material in bulk, it variable cost, it decreases. Electricity or fuel, if you produce more, you consume more electricity. If you produce less, maybe you consume less electricity or less fuel. Wages of daily labors. Suppose if you produce more, you require more daily labors. If you produce less daily labors. Or packaging and shipping cost. Again, packaging also depending upon volume, shipping also depending upon the volume. So this is a key structure. Keep it in mind when you decide, when you talk about, or when you make the cost structure analysis. These are the things you have to consider, right? So now we put the block number 8. This is the cost structure. Now, next one, right? Who you want as a key partners in your business. For me, suppliers and vendors can be your key partners. Distributors and retailers also can be, that means companies which help in distributing or selling your product to the final customer. Technology partners, companies that provide the technology necessary for your product or service, they become your partner. This can be a software providers, or software provider for IT companies, or some kind of research lab which will help you to do some researches, or maybe technology startups where they do the bare minimum things and then give you product at particular level. So technology startup or cloud services providers, they are all technology partners. Then strategic alliances, that is partnership with other firms where both party agree to share their resources, which will help each other businesses. So we call as a strategic alliances. Then financial partners, bank, venture capitalists, angel investors, they also become your partners. Logistic provider, that means company that handle the transportation, maybe warehousing facilities or delivery of your product. For Amazon, their delivery partners, or for Zomato, they are the one of the big key partners, right? Service providers, I think that is also one of the specialized service providers like marketing agency, or maybe some legal firms or some consulting firms which will help you the other aspect of your business. So they also become service providers. Another is government agency, or we call as NGOs. Uh, some of the companies or businesses are heavily depending on the regulation. So they have to have a partnership with the government bodies or non-government organization, and that legal landscape, and talk about the social impact goals, we call as ESG kind of thing. So they are also now, those kind of agency also become your key partners. So when you think of your partners, think from the all angle who are the people who will contribute to your business, right? So now this is very important slides. Please keep a more focus on this. As I said, supplier and vendor, that could be one key partners. Again, joint venture or technology partnership, these two are easy to understand. The most difficult is strategic partnership with competitors. Listen, strategic partnership with competitors, right? What is this? Means working together where it benefits both, but while continuing to compete in other areas. What is that? It is something like working together where it benefits both while continuing to compete in their own respective areas. Okay, what is that? Example, share infrastructure resources like telecom companies, they share mobile towers to reduce the cost. Or sometimes, BSNL has that fiber optics line, and most of the people take the fiber optics lines for the internet on a lease basis. So again, that is a shared resources, right? Uh, some companies are in pharmaceutical. They don't have in-house laboratories for R&D, so they take the help of the rival pharmaceutical firms and collaborate on R&D to speed up their innovation and reduce their risk of failure. So that is also possible, right? Or nowadays we are hearing a lot of about electrical vehicles. Now EV, everybody cannot make batteries. Then there will be different kind of. So there will be some common technology or common this thing on which the batteries will be manufactured. Maybe co-develop, or we call as a co-develop battery technology, and still compete vehicle on branding, right? So this is possible. So this is very important. Strategic partnership with competitors. Now, similarly, strategic alliances with non-competitors, right? So that means you join hands with companies in a different but in a complementary industries. So, for example, in between Uber has started, Uber and Spotify have joined their hands. That means during the ride, uh, the Spotify playlist a rider can access to. So Uber and Spotify is this. So Uber is basically a transport and Spotify is the music. There is absolutely no competition, but together they improve the customer experience. So that is one example. Second example, Flipkart and Motorola. The Moto G, the initially launched through a Flipkart. So Flipkart is a e-commerce, while Motorola is a mobile phone. But Flipkart actually helped in launching of Moto G. So again, it's a strategic alliances, non-competitors, because both are in a different field, right? Swiggy and ICICI Bank. Suppose Swiggy is a food delivery, and it offers a wallet or credit card tie-ups to earn cashback or earn a better offer. Again, Swiggy, ICI, one is a food delivery, another is a banking. Uh, I remember one thing in between Oyo started. Suppose if you become a Oyo, you hire a Oyo room, and Airtel, you get Airtel internet free during your during your stay. So these are all strategic alliances. So key partners concept you should remember and you should keep it in your mind. Absolutely perfect, right? I hope it is clear. So these are the 9 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We finished 9 blocks. If we label, this become the customer segments, channels, customer relation, revenue streams, value proposition, key resources, key activities, key partners, and cost. Now, I told you we will come back. Coming back to the earlier Venn diagram, right? We had desirability, we have feasibility, and we have viability. That means desirability is customer, feasibility is delivery, and viability is financial. Now, this three things, will this idea of my product or service be desirable to any customer segments? That means when you develop a product or service, is it desirable? How feasible is the delivery of that solution? Suppose I think of some solution, how feasible? How will I manage the finance to make it viable? Right? I think I have crossed 45 minutes. I need 5 more minutes. Then we'll go to the question answer session. Right? So let's relate this Venn diagram with the business model. I want to relate the entire business model with this Venn diagram. This is our business model. I have one square, I have a second square, I have third rectangle. Right? What is this? This become desirability. That means customer segment, customer relation, distribution and value prop become desirability. This become my feasibility. That means how I am able to deliver key activities, key resource, key partners. And this become viability. Cost structures and revenue become a viability. So this is how my Venn diagram I converted into the business model. Right? So this become a customers, this become infrastructure of your manufacturing, and this become finance part of it, and this become an offering. Right? So with this, we have come to the end of business model canvas creation. I have couple of slides more. Just go through it. Now, software for creating business model canvas. Right. Uh, Business model canvas can easily be drawn on a paper or on a whiteboard. Many professionals today prefer a software tools to create and manage it. Why? Because software offers a ready-made BMC template, so it is a convenient. It is easy to edit and easy to update. Again, it gives a very nice visual impact. It has a very clear-cut BMC image. Second important things, if it is a cloud-based, it is a cloud-based tool. That means you access your BMC. Uh, I mean, it is always accessible at on your laptop, on your phone, on your tablet. So it is easily accessible from everywhere and anywhere. Then, if it is a software based, it can integrate with other tools like many BMC tools get connected with the project management kind of thing, CRM or financial application. So that is also one of the important and very important for me. You can store multiple version. That means you have a first BMC with the original idea, then you keep evolving and keep developing, keep modifying second version, third version, fourth version, fifth version. Maybe then you pivot the pivot version. Then you try to pitch to investor the investor version. That means you can store multiple version, easy to compare. You can see and you can see how your BMC has evolved over a time, right? So there are couple of good software, but I always prefer a Canvanizer and Strategizer. These are the two software which is a software very free, easily available. You can use it for your purpose, right? Uh, this is one is that in spite of having such a good thing about business model canvas, but people still become critical about it, and they always say that business model canvas lacks important information about competitors, market analysis, brand mission, key priorities. But I feel these are something which become a very specific to the business. But in overall general, this business model canvas is good enough not only for startups but for any size of the company, for any domain of the company. So I feel business model is quite adequate, right? So if at all you have to extend the business model, right? I would say maybe the conventional business model we can give it to company solution. Company solution means what your business provides to your customer needs, ensuring that your offering are directly aligned with the market demand. So that could be a very specific customer solution from a company. Then competitors. This block will be understanding the competitive market scenario and help you to strategize your differentiate offerings. That could be one of the competitors, and the finally a very specific customer needs. So this is how the canvas can be extended, but this is little bit advanced. I feel the 9 business block is good enough for any even a people like you as a startup or maybe an established startup. The 9 block business model is absolutely perfect and it is good enough. No need to go to this kind of additional expenditure. Thank you very much. And this is my Even after this, you can follow me on LinkedIn or on Instagram. You can directly approach me for your queries or any guidance. I'm always available. I am very happy and eager to help everyone. So this is my this thing, and now we open for right.
Thank you so much, sir. We're now open for the Q&A, opening the floor for questions. Participants can raise their questions one by one. If anybody wants to speak, they can, or they can just write in the chat pod. We'll be addressing them one by one.
Junaid sir, I will say if anybody wants to say something, they can switch on their camera. So I know exactly. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm talking to someone.
Actually, we request everyone to switch on their cameras. That Any questions so far?
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please.
Sure.
First of all, thank you so much, sir. It was very helpful, very insightful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask, sir, like you mentioned very good examples like Uber, Spotify, and Swiggy and ICICI, where like different industries, they form alliances. And like when we evaluate potential partners for, let's say, our startup, what do you think is a good framework to decide whether this partnership will create a true long-term strategic value for us, or it will just be a short-term marketing gimmick for the other company? So what do you recommend? How do we evaluate that?
Okay, first thing, when you create a business model canvas, for you, the most important thing is customer. And you are the sole responsible for customer experience, customer service, customer value proposition, right? Now, to deliver that value to your customer, to your satisfaction, right? You are performing certain key activities, right? Now, those key activities, you cannot do everything of your own. So when you outsource any kind of activities, or when you look for a support from outside, you try to evaluate that partner based on what kind of value is going to contribute for becoming a partner to either finally deliver that value, the kind of desired value to your customer. So you have to make your own checklist, that what kind of, suppose we are talking about the on time delivery, the person or the organization with which you are trying to do the partnership or maybe a collaboration, are they also having the same value fundamental? They are also supplying anything you on time, right? So some of the things, value system, you decide, and you try to see that that partner or that resource is falling into your value proposition or and on your value system. So it will vary from business to business. The business for e-commerce, the partners could be a totally different compared to a food delivery, to a software or SaaS kind of, or maybe healthcare. So you define exactly what is your shortcomings and where you need someone to pitch it, and if they pitch in into this, whether they fit into your value system. So you make a one framework of yours and see that whether you comfortably fit them in or forcefully fit them. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. So you decide your value system, and always keep it in mind that your partner finally is also part of the value you deliver to your customer. So because of your partners, you should not suffer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I hope it makes.
Yes, sir. Makes perfect sense, sir. Thank you so much.
If you have anything more to discuss, please feel free to contact me anytime. I work with a lot of startups and a lot of things. We will communicate.
Sure, sir.
I will be very happy to help.
Thank you so much, sir.
Anyone else?
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, sir. I have a doubt regarding like how to decide whether our product is a value-driven or a cost-driven product. Like if I am doing some work in a drone sector, like drone industry, so how to decide that?
It is a cost driven or value driven.
Yes, sir.
That's what you want. See, drone has to be value driven. The quality and kind of things what you are expecting. See, instead of me telling you, you try to put in questions, that cheaper drone will do the purpose or will serve the purpose or will do the things the way it has been designed or the way it has been decided. So you create your own questionnaire and tick mark. And if you think that the things falling more on the qualitative side instead of quantitative side, then it's a value tree.
Okay, sir.
It cannot be cost driven. Okay, hobby drone can be a, like the drone what is used for nowadays in a marriage and everything. A lot of other cheaper drones are available. If you are competing in that segment of the market where the photographers or the event or a media event, they look for a cheaper things or kind of things, maybe there perhaps you can get into value driven. But if you are talking about something very specific purpose for a drone or maybe for agriculture, for monitoring crops and everything, or sprinkling the pesticide or something, I feel their value driven and cost driven both has to compare and see where it falls into it, because sometimes farmers are not able to afford the very expensive drone, and where you don't have to expect too much out of drone, right? Maybe the kind of camera what you use, the kind of software what you use, the kind of monitoring, kind of recording what you do, it is not that specific or very special. Maybe then it becomes a value driven.
Okay, sir. I got it. Thank you.
Got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Unless you convince, don't say yes. Keep on asking it. This is the way perhaps you can, satisfy yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we will be sharing the PPT in the group. Rest assured, participants. Any questions more from anyone else?
Hi, good afternoon, sir. This is
Good
Vijay from
afternoon.
Sudra Technology.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for the session. It was really insightful. It helped
Thank
us a
you.
lot. We are building a SaaS product, a PMS for the hotel industry. So I have a question. So as a startup, the biggest challenge we startups face is going to scale, and you've talked about going to the scale, that it is very important to keep the cost low and be competitive in the market, to go to the scale. But for a startup like us, how can we go to the scale where, in today's world, it is really difficult to get the market acquisition, because the costs are so much on Meta and Google Ads. So how do we compete in this challenging environment with rising cost of Meta and Google Ads? And we can compete with the big market players, and we can also go to the scale. How do you see that? What approach shall we take?
Thank you very much. Very nice question. See, for the SaaS product, and especially you say that you are in a hotel, that means in a hospitality industries. Hospitality industries are growing, and they are always talking more about the customer friendliness, customer satisfaction, customer experience, all kind of things. I fully agree, because the advertisement cost and the promotion cost on very just work with one startup who is also in SaaS, that is a software as a service, and they also has a similar scaling problem. We decided to create our own Instagram handle and Twitter handle on that, and we do the promotion more on Instagram, and we started tagging all the hotels, the probable hotels which will need this kind of our services, and we try to tag them, and we try to send the presentation to them day by day. So what will happen in hospitality industry, suppose if one hotel or one chain of hotels try to adopt something, automatically other people also do this. So in the initially, suppose if you feel the cost is a prohibiting factor for you, I feel you start developing your own promotion kind of platform. Use Instagram to the maximum extent, and try to use it, or use some kind of your website, and then try to send the emails or the kind of presentation to the hotel industry of the people who can be your prospective customers. So before actually you scale to a larger and you can afford a bigger promotional expenses, I feel individual level only you have to start, because there is no shortcuts. uh, uh, 2 or 3 years in the initial product, sometimes you don't have enough budget or the enough money for the market promotion, but without market promotion you cannot even sustain. So it's a bi-direction kind of sword. But start using individual way or individual platform, and Instagram is one of the platform where you can really encash the good kind of clientele on this. So use Instagram platform, or if possible we can connect later on. I will try to share how that SaaS product, what we have used, I mean that startup, how we did it. It took nearly 2 years to scale up, but they did it gradually and it has worked well. So I hope in your case also it should work. But suppose when we go more detail into the kind of bottlenecks what you are facing and the kind of difficulty what you are facing, maybe we can work out a more specific solution, or the promotion, some kind of solution for this. We can talk more specific on your product, and then see how we can scale up in a little cost effective manner.
Thank you, sir. We would love to connect.
Yeah, we will do it, because I have worked for SaaS products also, and some of them I'm working with them for last 3 or 4 years. More or less, everybody is sailing in the same boat. Everybody is facing the same kind of problem. We'll see. We can connect and we will discuss on this.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Hello, sir. This is Parthapatim Roy from WhatsApp. Recently, I am working on a product like a navigation technology for disabled people. So I am making technologies for disabled to use them, to empower them to use the technology. Like those don't have hands, those who can't access the computer system, how they will how they can use the technologies. Like here in this meeting, there is no one who is disabled. Like they can't come here because they can't use the technology. So I am developing that. I have already developed some modules also, and now I want that as per the Venn diagram. So how this is who is part this can be, like this is a innovation. What is the visibility, what is the desirability, and how is it feasible?
See, thank you. Very nice. I think the kind of things what you even thought of at that such a young age, and the subject what you are dealing with, I think it is. I should salute you. At least very few people are thinking about disabled or differently able people. Uh, my advice is this: that where are you located? Actually, you are in Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, I am in Uttar Pradesh, and I am also a
Yes,
student of
good.
Sharda University.
Okay, maybe we can consider, because there are certain promotional scheme and encouragement scheme from the government, especially social impact. I think they will do a good amount of handholding, right from creating a visibility, and the feasibility aspect of also to deliver this. So I think Sharda Launchpad should try to talk to DPIIT and then find out exactly under what scheme this can do. Because I worked with one startup in IIM Udaipur. The guy was have developed one camera kind of device with the audio thing. Suppose if you are talking to a deaf and dumb person, you don't know the sign language, but when he does it, so camera interpret this and then convert into a voice or verbal kind of thing. And we referred this entire innovation into the government scheme, and then I think he's been funded. So IIM Udaipur has done a lot of hard work for them to get noticed by the government scheme. So I think Sharda Launchpad should help you on this. This is a very good initiative. Still, if at all, if I can find out somebody or some scheme, maybe you leave your detail with Sharda Launchpad. I will definitely try to do. I am very happy you are doing something which very few people are thinking of. So great work. Keep doing it. Initially, you will feel disappointed, disheartened, all kind of things, but that is a part of the startup journey. Don't lose patience. There will be somebody who will come forward and hold your hand. Don't worry about that. It is possible.
Okay, sir.
Anyone else?
Good participation. At least people are putting forward good questions. That's right. Junaid sir, can I do one thing apart from the PPT? In my previous sessions, wherever I came across with different kind of questions, which I note down and the answers, I will also try to send those questions. Well, participant may not think of those questions today, but in a over period of time, such questions will come to their mind. So I have about 20, 25 questions which normally participants ask, and those are, I feel, quite valuable. And I have answers also with them. So with the question and answer, I will also share those things. Maybe you can share with the participants. Maybe somebody will have similar kind of questions in future. They will find answer into that.
Sure, sure, sir. Yeah, you just communicate it to us, and we'll just share it with the participants, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think it will be very helpful to them.
Yeah. So should we close the Q&A session? Any questions? One last call.
Was it okay? In between, I think there was some technical glitches, but I think overall went well.
It was as per planned and it went well.
Yeah, it's fine, sir.
Because in between some technical glitches, some
the paucity of time.
problem.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Yeah, and Junaid, one last point, just see, coordinate with sir and check when he's available. So we are going to have our next pitching session somewhere in early October. So we would like to have you physically with us. And I think your feedback would be very useful for all the participants.
I think this time, I think the people have questions are quite this thing relevant, because I think they are already into some kind of.
And most importantly, all the participants for your energy, commitment, active involvement, interaction that you have shown, been recognized by the speaker itself. Regarding assignment submission and attendance, always taking it seriously. And thanks for your submissions. We have received more participation from you guys. Also we have also shared some one-on-one links with you that if any of the IgNIS participant wants to meet us in person, they can just book the slot, or they can just come to the office and discuss the problems they are facing. Just closing this on a note, once again, a big thank you for joining today's session. Let's continue to build, learn, and grow together through IgNIS 2.0. Wishing you all the best, and see you in the next session. Everyone, to please share for one last.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Nitinji.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
Sure, we'll share the details.
Thank you. Are we closing?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye. I will send you PPT. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We'll share that
PPT with Junaid, just send the message for all the participants. They can share their BMC, and we'll give them the feedbacks on it.
Sure, sure.
Or maybe during the
an assignment, as we usually do, sir. This will be an assignment to them, as the template has been already shared to them, and they have to submit it, and we'll get the feedbacks. And we request everyone to keep those documents which you are sharing with us in an assignment, keep them on an editor's mode so that we can just put the comments there.
Junaid sir, suppose if any of the question they put it in the chat box which is still remain unanswered, please share it with me. Maybe I will answer it on an email in which you can give it back to them.
Sure. Even participants can give the feedback in the group itself regarding today's session. If they missed any questions, I know they can just post it there as well. We have a dedicated group for that. Once again, thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
I'm taking your leave. Yeah, I'm taking your leave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.